My name's Fu, and I'm a doll. And I also review dolls, which is kind of strange when you think about it. And they don't advertise for doll reviewers in a newspaper, and... Wait a minute. Didn't there used to be narration during this scene? God, I hate special editions.
Te vaya play, Cleveland.
He say you Blade Runner.
Tell him I'm eating.
Today's review will be on the Dark Toys, and that bat logo there is just reminding me I still haven't seen the new Batman movie. Dang it. And this is for the DTM-004 Rick.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
1/6 scale collectible figure. And this is an unlicensed figure based on Harrison Ford's character Rick Deckard from the 1982 movie Blade Runner. And I love this artwork on the front of the box. It really captures the look of the 2019, our old future, Los Angeles streets. And man, that looks so awesome. Up here, this is a little confusing. If you notice there, they hid the word moo on this. Now, he didn't daydream about cows. He daydreamed about unicorns, so I don't know what that's about. And up here, all I can think of when I see this logo is...
Are you ready?
Looking at the back of the box, you've got the Dark Toys logo, Rick's name yet again. You've got that weird unicorn llama thing from Fortnite. And then down here, you have Rick Deckard walking towards us all noir-y, and that is awesome. Down here, it says, warning, choking hazard. Don't let Pris get her legs around your neck, because you will choke. But what a way to go. But other than that, the box is kind of plain, so I say we waste no more time, and I say we open it! Now, the front of the box has a flap that's held closed with magnets, and when you look underneath, you discover that this figure, like all real replicants, comes packed in foam. So let's look underneath this foam and get a better view of the figure. So, with that top layer of foam removed, we finally see the Rick Deckard figure, and apparently his head comes wrapped in part of Zora's raincoat, so that's kind of cool. Working our way down here, his outfit looks awesome. I have been wanting a 1/6 scale Rick Deckard for a long time. I used to have a Roy Batty, and I really loved that figure, but man, these newer figures are so much better than the old ones ever were. Oh, this looks so awesome. But you know what? There's even more than this, so let's pull out this top layer of foam and look underneath. Removing the top layer of foam and leaving the figure still frozen in carbonite, and poor old Harrison Ford just can't seem to stay out of that stuff, we see all of his accessories, which include a lot of hands, the Void Comp machine, you got his gun, which looks amazing, his badge, the little unicorn, and then up here you've got his watch, some whiskey, and a glass, and that is awesome. But not only that, you get a stand. Now, I have gotten so many figures recently that didn't include a stand, and you know what? I am so happy to get that. Resting on top of that stand, you can also see his gun holster. And you know what? This is totally awesome. So I say we waste no more time and stand this figure up and check him out. Before we continue, I wanted to say that I've had this figure sitting here for about a month now. And when I first received it, I had the full intention of reviewing it. But so much time had passed that I kind of gave up on the idea. And then 1/6 Cave asked me a question about the figure. He said, hey, is it true that this figure has a giraffe neck and that maybe it would need a new body to make it look good or at least modify it in some way? And I kind of snuck a peek at the figure because I didn't want to pull the figure completely out on the off chance I did review it. So I kind of snuck a peek and I said, nah, the neck doesn't look that bad. But you know what? Now that I've got the figure out of the package, I think I'll answer your question with a scene from the movie.
In answer to your query,
Yes. Shall we continue?
Now, that's not to say that the figure looks bad, but yeah, the neck is a little long. Now, in the figure's defense, Harrison Ford's neck's a little long too. Not quite like this, but still. Now, there's probably an easy fix you can do. You probably just swap out the plug that goes inside of the neck joint and attaches to the body. I haven't tried that, so I don't know if it'll work. So for now, we'll just ignore the fact that his neck is long and look at the rest of the details of the figure. And check out this head sculpt. That looks absolutely amazing. I remember a time when all the companies just could not get Harrison Ford's likeness 100%, and this looks just like him, especially from Blade Runner. They've got all the right details. They've got the scar on the chin, the shape of the mouth, the slight crook to the nose there. He's got the perfect hair. His eyes look absolutely beautiful. This is amazing. You can even see a hint of 5 o'clock shadow there. That looks so good. And one thing about the neck, too, that's really good is, look, they got his Adam's apple, and that's perfect. So, yeah, I mean, there is pros about the neck, too. This looks absolutely amazing, and I love it so much. Looking at his outfit here, you'll notice that he's wearing the shirt from the middle to the end of the movie there. At the beginning, I think he's got a blue shirt on. Now that tie and this belt down here that's attached to his jacket, those love to stand straight out. So yeah, getting them to lay still is going to be a bit of a hassle. If you look at his shirt there, I love how the pattern is actually sewn on and not printed on. That is so cool. The jacket, all the details are there. That would look awesome with the collar popped. That would probably make his neck look a little better too with the collar popped up. We'll check that in a minute. He's got all the buttons and the straps and stuff on his jacket. That is awesome. Now with the jacket closed like this, you can't see his pants. He doesn't have his belt on, but it is in the package. Now his shoes are very cheap looking. For some reason, they remind me of old G.I. Joe shoes. They're just like, hard plastic. He doesn't have socks or anything like that. There's no paint on them. So yeah, those could be better, but honestly, they're just shoes. The base is awesome. They actually got his name on there, which is good. And then you got a little picture there on the sticker. Looking at the figure from behind, and check out the detail work on his hair. That looks awesome. And I love the stitching on the collar of the coat. That looks amazing. He's got the back flap of his jacket. There's the strap. The coat covers up pretty much all of his outfit when he's wearing it, but you know what? That looks amazing. Now, if you've seen Blade Runner, then you know Harrison Ford gets pretty beat up by the end of the movie, and what's great about this head sculpt is Dark Toys didn't just give you this one. They also gave you another of the same sculpt, but this time painted with battle damage, and that looks amazing. You've got the blood coming out of his nose there, then you've got the little mark on his cheek. That looks so good. Man, they could have probably even given him more battle damage, but honestly, this is enough. That looks amazing. Now, here's how long his neck is without the post, as you can see there. And yeah, the paint job on this head looks so good. As for his accessories, he came with 6 extra hands. He's got these 2 grabby hands. He's got a right trigger hand and a left bottle holding hand. And he also came with these 2 relaxed hands, which is really weird because the figure came equipped with 2 relaxed hands. So you get 4 of these, I guess. Now, what's really strange, and one of my complaints would be, none of these hands have a right hand with the broken fingers. I would really like to have one that has the cloth wrapped around his fingers or something. That would have been really cool. Now, you can do that yourself, but it would have been neat to have, the pinky and the finger next to it broken on at least one of these hands. But I guess you have to customize that yourself. What good are all those hands with nothing to hold? Well, good news, he came with a little glass of whiskey and a bottle of whiskey. And it must be the future, because these things are square. These things are really awesome though, man, especially knowing how specific these glasses are to the movie. And over here, I always thought this was Jack Daniels, but apparently it's Johnny Walker, and that is awesome. That looks so good. Now, this bottle is really hard to stand up. It does not want to stand up at all. As you can see, it's got like a weird angle there at the bottom. So yeah, good luck getting this to stand up for very long. Another accessory for him to hold is his police wallet with ID and badge. And the badge is awesome because you can actually read it. Police Officer, Los Angeles Police, 7167. This looks absolutely amazing. By far the smallest accessory in this set is his wristwatch. And that looks so awesome. You can make out the time and the date. And that is so cool. Next up is the little bubblegum foil origami unicorn that Gaff leaves him at the end of the movie, and this is a really cool accessory. Speaking of really cool accessories, check out his gun. That is absolutely amazing. It's got the little red dots on it, the 2 triggers. I love the grip. You can actually see the little lines in the design of the grip. That is so cool. Looking at the grip, do you think that's where he keeps his reserve of whiskey? There's Johnny Walker in this gun. Holy cow. To go with his gun, he came with his belt and his gun holster, and that is awesome. Now, the material they're made out of seems pretty thin, but you know what? It's still pretty cool. He's also got this little elastic band there to keep the gun in, and that's pretty awesome. Lastly, he includes a Voight comp machine, and man, this thing is awesome. Now, those little screens are just stickers, and I wish they had little clear coverings or something over them to protect the stickers and also to look more like screens, but from far away, you really can't tell because this thing is not very big at all. Got the little lights there on it, the breather thing, and that armature in the back actually articulates, and that is awesome. Now, if you look at it up close here, it looks like it's all one color. It doesn't look like it has any painted details, but if you flip it around to the other side, they painted in the little eye sensor and everything, and that is really cool. Now, down here where it articulates, mine was really stiff. I didn't even know if it would articulate it at first, but it was just stuck. So be very, very careful, but it does move. Now, this thing isn't very big, like I said, but I was really afraid, being that it was so lightweight, that they just left it hollow on the bottom, but thankfully, they gave it a sculpted bottom. So, final thoughts. With the few flaws that this figure has, I am still very happy with it. I think this thing is amazing, and I know a lot of people out there will probably have a differing opinion because so many people out there treat these things like they're supposed to be absolutely perfect. And honestly, if you look at this figure on the shelf, you're going to go, hey, that's Rick Deckard from Blade Runner. That's awesome. And you know what? That's all I wanted, and this is absolutely amazing. So, there's my review of the Dark Toys DTM-004 Rick, otherwise known as Rick Deckard from Blade Runner, 1/6 scale figure. And man, this figure is awesome. Like I said, you see this guy standing on the shelf, you know exactly who this is. And here's hoping Dark Toys has a Pris or a Roy Batty waiting to come out to go along with him, because man, I definitely want them. And 1/6 Cave, I hope you like this video because I made it just for you. I'd pretty much given up on the fact that I was going to review this figure, so I hope you like your figure when you get it, or at least laughed at one or two of these jokes. And everybody else out there, be sure to subscribe to 1/6 Cave because his videos are way better than mine. And until next time, tune in for more food reviews.
Okay. Bad joke. I made a bad joke. Go home. Okay?
Hey, this is Nolan North. You don't want to miss Food Reviews.